I want to quote from an article by Gail Furlow posted June 28, 2019 in Professional Development Teacher Membership. And I quote, "To become a certified teacher, most states require a bachelor's degree, student teaching, and a passing score on teacher certification exams. Although student teaching provides invaluable training, it rarely allows enough time for new teachers to learn everything they need to know when they first start teaching. This is why every new teacher needs an exceptional mentor teacher when they begin their teaching career." End quote. Welcome to episode 127 of the Teacher Rockstar Podcast, a place where tips and strategies critical to the new teacher are discussed. I'm your host, Steve Hiles, and in today's episode, I want to talk about what it takes to be an exceptional mentor teacher. In my opinion, it's critical for the new teacher to have an exceptional mentor teacher for the first year of teaching, ideally for the first 2 years. Now, a lot of the information I will be sharing with you will come from Gail Furlow's article. Before we dive into today's topic, I want to ask you a question. Are you a brand new teacher fresh out of college? Or have you begun your second year of teaching? If so, would you like to supercharge your classroom management skills? Interested in having somebody with you every step of the way to guide and assist you? Well, stay to the end of this episode and I will provide you with a link to learn how you can. Okay, let's dive right in here. Some of the main responsibilities of teachers. Number one is follow the curriculum and meet state standards. Manage, organize, arrange, and decorate the classroom. Develop and follow a student discipline plan with rewards and consequences. Use teaching strategies that accommodate different learning styles. Use a variety of teaching materials and resources to reinforce skills. Evaluate student progress and provide frequent feedback to students and parents. Communicate effectively with parents and school professionals. Plan lessons to meet short and long-term goals and objectives. Include activities to meet the individual needs of students according to their ability levels. Participate in extracurricular activities and serve on school committees. Review homework, grade papers, give tests and retest and reteach if necessary. Now, the fact that new teachers are given an enormous amount of responsibility, it goes without saying that they need exceptional mentor teachers who are experienced, patient, and knowledgeable to guide them through their first and second years of teaching. To be truly an effective mentor teacher, the mentor teacher should recall their own first year of teaching and empathize with what the new teacher is experiencing. New teachers experience this during their first year. I want to kind of talk about that for a second. It can be quite overwhelming when you consider the immense responsibilities that the new teacher has on the first day of school as they face their students. Now, with this being said, the teacher is now in charge of a classroom of students are really unfamiliar with the school, staff, schedule, students, parents, grade level, resources, textbooks, and the curriculum. As a result, they go through several phases during the first year, and we're going to talk about these phases. Phase 1, anticipation. Now, this phase starts with student teaching, whereby the person wants to make a difference and feels excitement along with some anxiety. Phase 2, the survival phase. This takes place during the first month of school where the teacher struggles to keep their head above water. Then we move into Phase 3, disillusionment. This usually happens during the 6th and 8th weeks of school. The new teacher is consumed with workload, low morale, questions commitment, and competence. Then we move into Phase 4, rejuvenation. This occurs during the last 6 weeks of school, thinks about what worked and what didn't, considers changes for the upcoming year. Now, just know that mentor teachers, with respect to these various phases, must support their teachers' low-level needs first, then their mid-level needs, and finally, their high-level needs. Let's take a look at some low-level needs. Share simple information like the copy laminating machine, getting a substitute teacher, taking attendance, handling emails, learning the names of their students, and collecting money, just to name a few things. Then we move into mid-level needs, things like sharing ideas and opinions about arranging the classroom, using grading scales, entering grades, checking homework, conducting parent-teacher conferences. And then we move into the high-level needs, which are Share specific skill development like creating student work centers, meeting student learning styles, incorporating critical thinking skills, using peer group teaching methods. Now, I want to go ahead at this time and share some common behaviors that mentor teachers should demonstrate. Number one, they should be willing to share professional skills and expertise. They should demonstrate a positive attitude and act as a positive role model. They should exhibit enthusiasm in teaching and learning, participate in ongoing learning and growth in teaching. They should provide frequent constructive feedback to the teacher. They should have excellent communication skills in both speaking and writing, command respect from coworkers and employees. They should be a team player, value the opinions and initiatives of others, and maintain total confidentiality in working with their teachers. Okay? Now, here are some additional ways that one could be an exceptional mentor teacher. Number one, I think this is probably the most important, is build the relationship first. Then work on one goal at a time. Spend as much time with new teachers as you can. Collaborate with new teachers to create unique ideas. Listen intently and let new teachers come to their own realizations and conclusions. Celebrate the big and little successes each day. Track progress in writing so new teachers can see how they've grown. Share your own weaknesses in teaching. Share your own teaching stories when you first began. And last but certainly not least, tell the truth no matter what. Okay? All right. Remember at the beginning of the show I said if you'd like to supercharge your classroom management skills, I'd provide you with a link to learn how to do just that. Well, here it is. Go to tra.teacherclassroomresources.com. That's tra.teacherclassroomresources.com. I want to thank you for listening to the Teacher Rockstar podcast. I'm your host, Steve Hiles, and I also hope you enjoy listening to today's podcast, What It Takes to Be an Exceptional Mentor Teacher. When you get a moment, visit my blog and subscribe to my newsletter for the latest educational research, best practices, and unadvertised free bonuses. Go to blog.teacherclassroomresources.com. And don't forget to subscribe to us at the Teacher Rockstar Podcast. If you'd like to support us, please feel free to share our podcast with others. Post about it on social media. Leave a rating and review. That would be greatly appreciated. I want to thank you again, and we'll see you same time, same place next week. And remember, my friend, you got this.